It's game time on 11-12 BISN.
You've got to get points every time you touch the ball.
Live game coverage of your South High Bison athletic programs.
And it goes.
Play with Steve McDonald.
Jill Saver gets it on right side high.
In-depth color commentary by Alan Cummings.
Huge break for South. We've got East rattled.
And all of the excitement from your South High Bison athletic programs.
He gets it up, he's in the end zone!
Are you ready?
And this is going to be absolutely humongous.
Here is Stephen Allen live on 11-12 BISN.
And welcome to Cheyenne South High School, day 3 of the Taco John's invite. And no Steve McDonald today, but we've got the legend in the house.
All right.
Mr. Frondy Waters, who's going to sit in for him and do his expert I'm sorry, not play-by-play. You guys should have seen the look he just gave me. Color commentary by Frondy Waters.
Yeah, we don't want to scare the people yet.
For those of you who don't know who Frondy is, he's big in the youth coaching, coaches a lot of youth basketball, involved with youth football the last couple of years. Yeah. He's been big in developing a lot of the young men's lives here at Cheyenne South High School. And Frondy, it's great to have you on here. Tell me how nervous you are, 1 to 10.
Right now, I'm not really nervous. I'm pretty sure these kids will bounce back. They had 2 pretty rough games. Yeah. It's all about character, and these kids have got some high character, and I think they're going to bounce back today pretty good, and I got faith in them.
That's the key word you're saying right there, and that's actually what it was going to be one of the words I was going to use today is bounce back. They've got to be able to bounce back. This team started off 5-1 and then was rolling Riverton up 20-8, and then all of a sudden the offense shut off and has not been found since then. What do you think the Bison need to do today to try to find that offense, to regain that confidence in themselves, knowing that next weekend is the last weekend of non-conference play?
I think what they need to do is they need to have fun. Mm-hmm. Remember, it's a game. Trust each other. Get out on the defensive end and run the floor. That's what they're best at. The speed up game, mm-hmm. not to hold the ball. You know, they're pretty athletic. Just have fun. I think that's what they need to do is speed the game up a little bit, kind of get Natrona off the heels a little bit. You know, don't let them set up. You know, because we're not as big as a lot of these teams, but we got length and we got speed. So I think if we use that to our advantage, we should come out of this game today pretty all right.
Well, I'll tell you what, you said one word that Cheyenne South High School has not had until this year. We actually have length. And that's what's huge is we finally got a lineup of 6-footers, but not only are they tall, they're unlike most 6-footers you see here in the state of Wyoming. They're very athletic. And Coach Schaefer is really apt to push this team. He wants this team to get out in transition, but for some reason they've been slowing down, I've noticed, and their half-court offense, they're tentative to really attack. I don't know if maybe they're thinking they're waiting for the perfect shot. They're thinking that one shot is going to bring them back from 5 points down. So I think what they need to do is take it possession at a time. One shot's not going to give you the win.
No.
And so they've got to be able to do that. But most of all, what I like about this team, Frondy, is they don't have that one scorer that needs to go off for 40, 30 points in a game.
Right.
Anybody can score on this team, but the leading scorer, and there's going to be a last name you're going to hear on this, Mr. Fuji Waters himself.
Yeah, he's breaking out this year. He's starting to finally be aggressive to the 10. Before he grew up playing point guard, so his natural instinct is to pass and set the team up. But I think Schaefer's using them in a good way this year. He's using them in a lot of different spots. He's using them as a scorer and to also help set the offense up. And I think he's coming into his own. And I just think the team will come into their own once they start gelling, because they are pretty young.
Yes, they are. Yeah.
They're pretty young, and they're starting to gel. And, you know, it's going to be rocky. We're going to have a couple of bumps, but I think as the season goes on, they're going to start gelling, and they're going to be a force to reckon with.
Now, that's the one thing that a lot of questions are about Cheyenne South High School that started happening the moment the state championship game ended is, how is this team going to look next year? They're going to be young. They're not going to have as many seniors. And we do. We have 3 sophomores that get constant rotation in on this, but our seniors have been there before. Fuji, here's a great thing about Fuji that I've liked about him is, yeah, he's an offensive force, and he's leading the team in scoring, but it's his defense.
Yeah.
And the one player you never see come off the floor unless he's in foul trouble has been Fuji Waters. So in my opinion today, it's going to be Fuji that's going to get this offense out of their funk, in my opinion. He's going to hit a few deep shots, and that's what's going to get them back in their flow, because that's going to pull the Natrona defense out, leave the lane unpacked, and we'll be going from there. So we're going to take a quick timeout. We'll come back here and talk some Natrona basketball as well. Right. For those of you listening to Casper, here up in 1112 BISN, your Bison Network.
It's game time on 12 BISN.
You've got to get points every time you touch the ball.
With American National, you get a agent and an outstanding array of products to meet your insurance needs. Let Robert Martinez be your insurance ally. Call him today at 307-514-5003.
That college degree won't finish itself. Registration is open at Laramie County Community College. Become what you want to be. It starts here. Visit lccc.wy.edu. Laramie County Community College in Cheyenne. It starts here.
It may not require a textbook, but it's filled with valuable lessons. It may not take place in a classroom, but it's an ideal environment for learning. It may not involve a diploma, but it can help prepare Wyoming's young people for life. It's high school sports. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students that participate in high school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think again. Better yet, think about attending a high school sporting event in your community. You'll be amazed by what you see. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Wyoming High School Activities Association and the Wyoming Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
With American National, you get a dedicated agent who can help you make well-informed decisions about protecting your lifestyle. With years of experience in the insurance industry and an outstanding array of products and services for home, auto, and life, you can feel good you're doing what's right for your family. Let Robert Martinez be your insurance ally. Call him today at 307-514-5003. And here we are back live at beautiful Cheyenne South High School for day 3 of your Taco John's invite. Cheyenne South dropped their first 2 games, the first night to Riverton, and then last night to Kelly Walsh, number 1 ranked team. Natrona, they defeated number 2 ranked Cheyenne Central on Thursday, 45-41, and then last night they lost to Cheyenne East, 56-47. So we were just talking. We really don't know much about this Natrona team. I know coming into the Taco John's invite, they didn't have the greatest of records. We got we got a great officiating crew as we got Bates, Grenowig, and Lurwig here.
All right.
Should be very evenly officiated.
Very experienced.
Very good.
Been around for a while.
Yep. Couple state. I've
Coach,
seen these guys at state tournaments quite a bit, actually. So.
Good crew. Good crew.
So for the starting lineups, we're going to go ahead and Natrona first while they're introducing. And starting for the Natrona County Mustangs, number 3 senior Jacob Silva, followed by number 22, who's also senior Matthew Christofferson, number 25 senior Logan Harbaugh, number 31 senior Tyler Fink, and then number 42 senior Thomas Robitaille. And then starting for your Cheyenne South High Bison, the name we talked about earlier, one of the key players of the game we talked about, number 11, Fuji Waters, followed by number 13, Mark Beasley, number 24, Jaden Evans, number 30, Dre McCrae, and number 43, Keyshawn Farmer. And how great is this? Dre actually finished his football season against Natrona. So he gets to finish the Taco John's invite against Natrona.
Well, maybe this one will be better than the football turnout.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry, fans. I just always think of weird stuff like that. Now, I do want to warn you, I am not the play-by-play expert that my partner Steve McDonald is, as I am horrible with names. You can ask my kids. They tell me their friends' names all the time. And their friends' names, and I get them wrong all the time. So you'll hear me call out numbers until about 2 minutes left in the game when I finally remember their last names. So there's number 11, Fuji Waters. I can't believe how tall he's gotten.
He's thinned out a lot.
Boy, man.
He's grown up. I'm proud of him.
And this Mark Beasley, for those of you watching, He can jump out of the building.
Oh.
And he will do
Springs.
he'll do the
Springs in
jumping
the
for
lane.
South. He has actually made a lot of shooters this weekend redirect their shots because he gets so much air.
I just wish sometimes that he would stay grounded, and then jump. Time to jump a little bit. Yeah, time it a little bit more. But he's learning. He's young, and he's going to get there. You're talking about a kid who just barely started playing when he was like 7th grade.
Oh, wow.
So, he's growing.
That's the color commentary we need. Me, I'm just like, man, look at that kid jump.
We'll get it today. We're going to have some fun. Looking to have a good game.
So for those of you watching on your computer screens, mobile devices, South will be going from right to left, Natrona from left to right. And South wins the toss. That's Farmer back to McCray in the backcourt. McCray is going to go up top. He's being guarded by, I can't see the numbers really well, so they're just passing around. Keyshawn gets into the paint. Nice dish off, and it's going to go out of bounds off South. That was a nice play.
Nice dish. We gotta hold those balls. We gotta control the handle on those. Those are easy buckets there. We'll get it.
And that's number 3, Silva with the ball. He's being guarded by McCray. Nice steal by Beasley. Beasley, he's going up, and he's going to get in the layup. Nice.
And there's those springs in the legs.
Oh, I tell you what, Mark Beasley, he gets going. He is a force to reckon with.
I just want to see him one of these times finish that with a mean dunk.
I want to hear that rim just rattle.
Me too.
Natrona comes near side. Nice little 10-foot jump shot miss, front rim. It's going to be rebounded by Natrona. That should have been a foul. Number 25 gets away with that.
A little push off there.
And Harbaugh gets the basket. Harbaugh with 2 points. McCray, coast to coast, kisses it off the glass. Dre McCray, South leads 4-2. I want to apologize to all of our viewers out there. We lost our scoreboard. Our scoreboard no longer works on our videos, so it's going to be out of bounds at Natrona. Natrona's going to inbound underneath South basketball. That's going to be number 22 inbounding Matthew Christopherson, the senior, and he gets it into 31, Fink.
Good closeout by Keyshawn Farmer on that.
Christopherson gets the rebound. Up top to number 3, Silva. Back to number 22, Christopherson. Down low, misses the shot, and it's going to be rebounded by Dre McCray. Dre quickly into the front court, just a little long outside of the reach of Fuji, and that's going to be a turnover South. Turnovers have been plaguing the Bison the last 2 nights. They cannot start that early as they've already got 2 turnovers out of 4 possessions.
All weekend long, that's been our problem. And we're usually pretty good with the ball, but for some reason we got the jitters or something.
So that's Silva. That's actually number 25 being guarded by Beasley. Kicks it off to Silva. Silva comes top of the key. Now near side is number 31, Fink. Fink, give and go. Misses the shot. Going to be rebounded by McCray. McCray, far side. He's driving in. Gives it off to Evans. Evans to far. Oh, back to McCray. McCray with the basket. 4 points now.
That was a good pass back. Good pass back. Good teamwork there. Way to get out in the field.
That is the transition offense. Boy, I just got number, what's his name, down, and now number 30 comes in, Hagar. Hey, he can't drive 55, Brennan Hagar. Number 30 checks in.
Good classic song there.
And he passes it off. They're just passing it around. Far side 3, up, misses, rebound Farmer. Farmer pushing the pace. He gets in there, jumps from the low block. That's going to be a foul, and Keyshawn's going to go to the free throw line. Oh. I'm nervous about free throws. I'm sorry, but
that's been South's plague for at least the last 5 years.
Oh, my
free
goodness.
throws.
That was a great move, though, by Farmer. Gets the rebound and pushes it all the way across. Farmer's first free throw is up and in. That is a good sign. Farmer with his first free throws. South leads 7-2, 5:50 left in this first quarter. I want to give a shout out to some of our sponsors after this. And he misses the second one. It's going to be rebounded by Natrona. Natrona quickly into the front court. That's number 25 being guarded by Beasley. He gives it off to Silva. Silva crosses now the far side. Number 3, Silva, comes near side. Gets the ball knocked out of bounds by Dre McCray. How does Steve do it, Frandy?
He just is all over.
I know one kid's name, Silva. That's it, number 3. Man, it amazes me. They inbound.
Got that gift.
Got to like Logan Harbaugh passing it to that front cheerleader right there. Unfortunately, she cannot catch the ball, so it's going to be South. Far side. Beasley looking inbound. Gets it into McCray. McCray being hounded by number 3, Silva. Finally, they clear. McCray still in the backcourt. Behind the back, gets into the front court. Play call. He goes up top. Now he drives in. Free throw line. Down low. Oh, and it's going to be out of bounds off of Keyshawn. Turnover South.
Turnovers.
Yeah, 3 turnovers already.
Turnovers. I'm not talking about the kind we eat.
No. We wouldn't be complaining about those at all, would we?
No.
You kid checked in. Number 11,
All right.
Jet George.
From downtown.
And number 3, next, I think number 25, Logan Harbaugh hits a 3. South leads 7-5. Farmer now with the ball, being guarded by number 30, Hagar. He gets by him. Farmer being hounded, loses the ball.
That was a foul there. Thought that was a foul.
Yep.
The putback. We got a box out.
And it scores tied, 7-7. Number 25 with that basket as he has all 7 points for Natrona. That's McCray, far side. He loses the ball off his leg, but it's going to bounce off of Jet George.
Schaefer with a timeout.
30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. Now, that's a name you don't hear very often. Jet George. I'm sure I'm saying it right.
Jet George.
Say that 5 times as fast as you can. So, here's a recap. Scores tied, 7-7, 4:42 left in the first quarter. South, 7 points, but 4 turnovers already.
We're getting out in the field, Alan. We're getting out on the court on the break.
Yep.
But we're just not finishing.
No,
we got to
we're
be
not.
able to finish those, get those easy layups, be ready to look for the pass when they come down. It seems like we're kind of a step slow. We're running, but when it comes for the pass, we're not looking for the pass. We got to be able to look for the pass. We're getting there.
Yep.
It'll come together.
They've only got 2 rebounds in the game, both defensive so far as well, as both teams are shooting pretty well to start this game. I want to give a shout out to all the Casper viewers. Farmer's going to inbound into the backcourt to Dre McCray. Dre being guarded by George. Gets it into the front court. Top of the key. Gives it off to Beasley. Beasley looking. Gives it off to McCray. McCray drives in far side. Pulls up for the 10-footer. Just misses. Rebounded by Natrona.
Double dribble.
Natrona double dribbles. That's number 25, Logan Harbaugh, the leading scorer.
Hey, the other team had a turnover.
Yeah, actually, and he's the only scorer for Natrona, as he's got all 7 points for him. Fuji going to inbound near side, gives it off to Farmer in the backcourt. Farmer gets the ball, far side into the front court, gives it off to Beasley now. Beasley at the wing, drives in, goes up to the left, he's fouled, and he's going to go to the free throw line for 2. Let's see who that foul's on. 25. So not only does he score, but he fouls. And these free throws are going to be brought to you by American National Insurance and Robert Martinez. Make sure you visit Robert Martinez for all of your insurance needs. Beasley hits the first. That gives him 3 on the game. That gives South the lead as Tylen Page. Tylen Page.
We got it.
He checks in, and so does sophomore sensation Tanner Weinberger, as now the second free throw is up. And he just rolls out number 31, Fink, with the rebound. Gives it off to George. George, near side baseline, off to number 30. I don't know who that is, though, but he's being guarded by Farmer. Now they're just weaving across the top, looking to get it down low. Nice defense by by Fuji.
They look the same. They got that same hairstyle.
That does. We got to tell them to color one of their hairs, man. That throws me off. But it's going to go out of bounds. He's unable to keep it in. So that's number 2 now. Harshman, he inbounds to number 11, George. George, top of the key, calls out the play, comes baseline. Oh, that's going to be a block.
Oh, man, I thought he got there. Maybe a half second late.
Yeah, that's probably where the block came from. That's going to be Mark's first. Tell you one thing, though, is Mark's got to watch his foul trouble. He's such a good defender that sometimes he does get a little over-aggressive. And the last few days when he's been on the bench, South's offense has gone really cold. So Harshman going to inbound. Gives it off to number 30, Hagar. And there's a long 3. Misses. That's going to go out of bounds.
Off Mark Beasley.
Yep. I think it went off his hand, then his foot. So Natrona's going to inbound once again. That's going to be Harshman. He gets it in. High pass. Going to be stolen away by Farmer. And that's going to be Weinberger. He gets trapped, and he gives it off to Beasley. Beasley. Far side to Fuji. Fuji gets the shot blocked. But Tylen Page with the putback. And he gets on the board with the offensive rebound. South up 10-7.
I tell you what, Alan, we're looking a little more aggressive today.
Well, you know, I think they took that beat down by Kelly Walsh kind of personal last night because that game shouldn't have been that bad.
No.
And
well, you know, you get that nasty taste in your mouth.
Yep. Number 11, Jet George with the basket. Now South leads 10-9. High pace. Both teams are just pushing it up and down the floor. And now that's Page. Gives it off to Waters. Waters down low to Farmer. Farmer drives in. Gets the basket up and in. Farmer gets his first field goal. He's got 3 points. South
He's pretty
leads.
crafty down there on the block.
I'll tell you what, he's got some moves. Long three. Misses. It's going to be rebounded by number 30, who puts up a quick turnaround jumper. Page with the rebound. Gives it off to Weinberger. Weinberger near side to Waters. Waters drives in, kicks it out to a wide open Farmer for three.
Downtown.
South leads 15-9 now. 2.5 minutes left in this first quarter. There's a nice little runner, but it's missed, and it's going to be rebounded by Fuji. Fuji quickly ahead to Farmer. Farmer far side. Drives in, loses the ball. It's going to be fouled. And it's going to be underneath South ball as number 30. Boy, you cannot see their numbers from here very well, can you?
Well, it's that black on black.
Yeah. It's going to be a timeout. Natrona. South leading 15-9. 30-second timeout. This is the largest lead of the game for South. Ooh.
I'll tell you what, we're looking. But, you know, we started like this against Riverton. You know, we came out on fire.
But you know what? There seems a little bit more of an edge this game than what they did against Riverton. They're really offensive. You can see they're really thinking about attacking.
A little more focused.
Exactly.
A little more focused.
They're not only worried about the perimeter. Now they're looking at getting into the paint. Yeah. Yeah, and I got the name wrong. Actually, that's 32, David Robitaille.
Oh, okay.
My fault. So I have Frondi in as our guest, and I'm having him do stats as well. So we treat our guests all the same. Okay, yeah, okay, that's right. Sorry about that. 30 is Brennan Hagar. Just put, yeah. Turnover South. McCray set to check back in. Evans is back on the floor. Natrona sets up their offense, gets it down low, and they get the basket to go in.
Good strong move there by Natrona.
Yeah, number 31 gets the basket. Beasley quickly into the front court. He's going to be bumped. Holt pulls up his dribble. Nope, he goes baseline. Short jumper. Just misses. Natrona with the rebound. Far side in the front court. I cannot see what number that is, but we'll just play it as they go. Near side now, number 22, Christofferson. He gets back with the ball, tries to attack. That should have been a double dribble. Page is going to
push off foul with the elbow. He threw the elbow out there.
They're going to call Page for the foul, though.
Threw the old chicken wing out there.
Oh, no, they called that on Page. Second team foul for South. Natrona has 3. Page is first. So number 22 going to the free throw line. 22, I don't have what he shoots, but he misses. South still leads 15-11. A minute and a half left in this first.
Push it up and in.
He made the second?
Yeah.
15-12 now is your score. McCray checks back in. Now here's the full court press from Natrona. Weinberger quickly ahead to Farmer. Farmer gets the ball knocked out of bounds, and that's going to be a foul, I think, on Farmer. Oh, no, they're going to say out of bounds. Nope, went out of bounds, so it's going to be South ball.
That's a good, strong move by Keyshawn. I really would like to see him keep the ball up a little bit more.
Yeah, ball to ear or ball to chin kind of move.
So you're going to keep it down. don't have to worry about it getting knocked out of his hand like that.
So Page now, top of the key, gives it off far side to Weinberger for three. He's going to be a little long, but that's going to be rebounded by Page. Puts it up and count the basket.
Big board by Tylen. Big board.
Boy, both his rebounds, both of his offensive rebounds have led to points.
You know, he's long, he's lanky, he's got those long arms.
Yep.
You know, he gets the rim, he gets the ball, and he just puts it right back up in there, and then he can jump a little bit too there.
South leads 17-12. Chance for the old-fashioned three-point play right here. Page puts the shot up and in.
I'll tell you what. Hey.
And that's Natrona with the ball now.
Hey, you know what? Looking up for South for 3 or 5 for a free throw so far.
Yep.
Because we're usually pretty bad.
That's true. Jaden Evans going to get called with the block, and that's going to send number 42 to the free throw line. 42, Thomas Robitaille, 68% on the season coming into the tournament. South leads by 6. First free throw, just a little short. On the floor for your Bison is McCray, Waters, Page, Weinberger, and Evans. Second free throw attempt is up. Long, and it's going to be rebounded by Weinberger. Weinberger.
Doesn't reach there. Got to call that.
Yep, gives it over to McCray. Far side, gives it off to Page. Page drives baseline with the short little runner.
Drive.
Page is playing like a man possessed.
6 points. 7 points he got.
Offensive foul. Dre McCray takes the charge. Turnover Natrona. Yeah, he's got 7 points, and he is just on. He is in fuego, as Steve would say.
En fuego.
En fuego.
I can't say it as good as he said.
Yeah, I don't think anybody can.
Who's that foul on there?
That foul I missed. 25. Ooh, that's the second on 25, too. Evans.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. I did it again. That's Fuji. He gives it off to Weinberger near side. Weinberger, far side to Page. Page back to Weinberger. Weinberger, top of the key, resets the offense. Gives it off to, that's a lazy pass. You cannot pass a ball like that in varsity basketball. No. Turnover.
It's big boy game here.
It's going to be a foul on South. And that's going to be Weinberger. Picks up his first.
I didn't see that, but I don't even know if he was down underneath the basket there. But I guess he saw it.
I know. Oh, and Dre McCray with the steal. Dre's got nobody in front of him. Oh,
and one.
And he missed it. Evans with the putback, though.
Good job, Jaden. Jaden back.
South's largest lead of the game, 22-12. 4 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Does not get the shot off, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter.
Defense. South comes out in a rush there.
Your South Bison lead, 22-12. We're going to take a quick timeout. Come back for second quarter action on 11-12 BISN, your Bison network.
With American National, when you insure your auto and home and remain claim-free for 3 consecutive years, you can get cash back. Let Robert Martinez reward your smart thinking. Call him today at 307-514-5003.
Get into a career, not just a job. Higher education is the gateway to so many opportunities. Register today at Laramie County Community College. It starts here. Visit lccc.wy.edu. LCCC in Cheyenne.
Worry less about your insurance coverage while adding money back into your wallet with the American National Cashback Reward Program. Insure your auto and home and remain claim-free for 3 consecutive years, and you can get back 25% of your first year premiums. Best of all, your reward continues every year as long as you remain claim-free. Let Robert Martinez reward your smart thinking. Call him today.
I always plan those commercials so great that we end up cutting one off. That's how it always works.
Hey.
So South leads 22-12, and like me and Franny were just talking about during that commercial timeout, South is just playing with a different type of aggression than they played the last few days, and it's good to see as Natrona gets the ball to start the second quarter.
You know, getting the A&W sometimes makes you wake up.
Yeah. The A&W. I'm going to have to remember that. Long three. Misses. That's going to go off of Natrona. It's going to be South ball.
Good hustle there, though, on the Natrona part. Good hustle.
So that's going to be Waters inbounding to McCray. McCray gets the ball in the backcourt, waiting for the play call. Slowly brings it into the front court. Now he's over. He centers it up. Natrona's in his zone now.
Waters still looking for his first bucket of the game.
Oh, he is. Beasley with a nice little spin moves, gives it off to Evans. Evans to Waters. Over to Farmer, far side. Down low to Evans. Evans got cut off really good. So now McCray attacks, kicks it off to Beasley. Beasley drives baseline, gets the basket up and in.
That's a good take. That's for that height, that jumping ability. He rises above the crowd.
Missed three as Farmer gets the rebound. Farmer loses the dribble, and he did because he was fouled. Keyshawn Farmer just does not lose a dribble unless somebody has to foul him for it. And that's going to be number 42 with the foul, his first. Fuji Waters right in front of us. You know what? One memory I have of Fuji all the time?
What's that?
He was the first player other than my son to wear number 25 last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's out. He's going to go to the free throw line.
Maybe he'll get his first of the game here.
Ooh, I almost shut us off for a second.
Uh-oh.
So Fuji's going to go to the free throw line for two. Yep, his first varsity game. He was actually a number 25, and I was proud of that. I was like, right on.
Well, he didn't he couldn't match up to Kyler's scoring.
Oh, no, he couldn't.
I don't think anybody in Bison history is going to be able to match that. He was a scorer.
I do miss watching him play, but
man,
you know what?
Coming off those screens was something beautiful. I tell you what.
I'll tell you, though, I've enjoyed every basketball player since then, too, though. So it's
well, we enjoy you doing this for us.
Thank you. I
Alan.
appreciate
awesome.
that. I really do.
It's something, a good thing.
But now you know the pressure cooker that I'm in every day now, right, Brian?
Hey, and I'm kind of enjoying it, though. This is awesome.
You're doing
you
great.
get the first view at the game. You're right down here, Dre, with the reach in there.
Yep, can't do that. You can reach in, you just can't hit the arm.
Got to move your feet a little bit there, buddy.
Because that was a great call there by our ref. Got to butter them up a little bit, you know. They like to go back and listen to our broadcast, see how we.
Oh, good.
Beasley, nice screen there by Natrona. But Beasley's able to keep that defense. Now McCray. Now Beasley gets a tip. Oh, and he's going to pick up his second foul on a.
Well, this is where we see. This is where we see. You know, Mark's getting in a little. He's got a little time here. We're gonna.
Yep.
Shepard's gonna let him play.
That's a good thing. Oh.
Maybe not.
Tyler Page going to check in next dead ball. South leads 26-12. Natrona near side looks, kicks it back up top to George. George being guarded by McCray, calls out the play. He goes far side, gives it off to number 31, Fink. Fink. Back to George. Back to Fink. I don't know what happened. I don't see what happened, but I know there was a foul.
Yeah, he got smacked on the arm real nice.
And that's going to be on Fuji.
I think Fuji gave him the dab across the face.
Oh, he did? Yeah. It was that awesome pregame music they were playing, man. I'd be dancing too. So Fink going to the free throw line. He's a 75% free throw shooter. And, boy, I tell you what, that is some good form. I don't even think the net moved.
No. Trick of the time. Trick of the twine.
So now, here's the question. Beasley's out. Will South be able to keep not only the defensive pressure, but the offensive pressure with him on the bench?
Then he misses the second one.
Evans picks up his second rebound of the game, and they give it off to McCray. McCray quickly into the front court, centers it up, goes far side, brings it back in, crossover, spin move, and it's going to go out of bounds.
Knocked out of his hand there. But that's a good play there by Dre McCray. We need him to do that a little bit more, break down the defense, and kick it out to the open shot.
And, you know, people don't realize he's still knocking rust off. And this is only his third full game. And that's going to be a foul. And that's going to be Keyshawn going to the free throw line. I mean, he played some at Sydney, but he's been playing a lot this game. And I think he's finally going to get his legs back. He's got to get confidence in that leg.
That's the thing, you know, just get the confidence back. We don't want him to stress it out. It's a long season.
Yes, it is.
You know, we're going to need him down the stretch. So, you know, just be careful with it and ease your way back in, but still try to be somewhat type of aggressive.
Exactly. First free throw is missed, but here's the key thing is number 25, Logan Harbaugh, picks up his third foul. And he'll be done probably until third quarter, I'm assuming.
That's huge. He's their leading scorer right now. Had their first 7 points.
Farmer hits the second, and that makes it 27-13, 14-point lead for your Bison. Natrona goes up top, brings it back in, and that's number 2, Harshman. Gives it off to number 30.
Gets
30.
big steal there.
Farmer, slow. How did he not fall? Page with the nice little spin move misses, and that's going to be out of bounds. South ball.
Hey, I think we're looking a lot more aggressive today, and we're looking to more focused.
This is the South team that I watched on tape for 6 games right here.
Right.
This is what I'm used to seeing.
Yeah.
Fuji gets the inbound pass, gives it over to Evans. Evans at the elbow, gives it down low. Keyshawn,
Good
how did
play.
he get that to fall?
Muscle. Pretty strong down there on the block. I'm telling you, he's pretty crafty.
Largest lead of the game is 16 now. And there's going to be a timeout in Natrona.
All right.
Natrona's coach not very happy. But I wouldn't be either when your team's down by 16.
No.
And South is finally getting their confidence. That's what Natrona was not hoping for that.
No.
It's going to be a full timeout, so why don't we take one with them?
Oh, we sure will.
Here on 1112 BISN, your Bison Network.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Wyoming. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Wyoming High School Activities Association and the Wyoming Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
What is your focus? How will you hone it? Will it transform you?
And
Love
we're back.
the music.
Well, I'll tell you what. Well, we're back here off that Natrona timeout. South leads 29-13. And I'll tell you what, if this is the South team that would have played the last 2 nights, this might have been a different record. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, like I said in the beginning, we were young, and we got 4 seniors that's going to try to carry us through this, but we're going to take a couple of bumps. But by the end of the season, I think we're going to start gelling, and when they start gelling, we start playing the way that these boys can play. It's going to be a rough outing for a couple of teams.
That's
if they
travel.
keep it up.
Yep.
If they keep it up.
That's true. And you know what, though? That's the great thing about this, the preseason, they like to call it, the non-conference portion of your schedule, is it gives them a chance to work out those kinks.
Yes.
Still on, don't worry. There we go. Sorry about that.
Got a little dead air.
Little technical issues there. And Farmer's going to be fouled, and he's going to go to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. It's the power cord.
That's Robital's second foul.
So Farmer 2 for 4 on the afternoon for free throws. Going for a 1-and-1. Weinberger set to check back in as well. He does check in. He's going to check in for Dre. Give Dre a break. Weinberger, his older brother, actually played at East.
Really?
So it's great to have him on the black and gold side. Farmer's first free throw is true. So what do they say? You get the first, you get the bonus.
All right. Hey, we're looking better at the free throw line.
Kobe Floyd set to see his
I'm
first
not going to
action.
say that again. I don't want to jinx us.
Oh, look at that. Now, see, if I would have said that, yeah, it would have been jinx. He's 4 for 6 now from the free throw line.
All
More
right.
importantly, South's largest lead of the game, 31-13.
Must have got a little extra time in the gym practicing.
Natrona gives it off far side. That's Harshman. Gives it back off to number 30. 30 near side now to Silva. Silva. Far side, they reverse it. Harshman now far side. Centers it back up to number 30. 30 fakes it. Drives far side. And that's going to be turnover. Natrona, he steps out of bounds. Harshman.
The defense is picking up here for South.
Boy, they are swarming.
They're hounding them.
Number 10 checking in. That's Carson Johnson, the sophomore. His first action of the game. Full court press being employed now by Natrona. Fuji going to inbound, gives it off to Tylen Page. Now I'm going to say his first name a lot just because I think it's cool how it's pronounced. So that's Weinberger far side into the front court being guarded by Natrona player. I think that's Silva. I can't tell. Weinberger, skip pass over to Page. Page looks at the spin move, and he's going to be fouled on the ground, and he's going to go to the free throw line for double bonus now.
Good things happen when you be aggressive to the rim.
Boy, he is feeling it.
he gives a big boost off the bench there.
Boy, he does.
You know, he's got 7 points already, and if he knocks these down, that's a big boost off the bench. So
it's always great when your bench can come off and get some points for the team, you know.
And add a little.
Oh, he missed it. See, here we are talking about how great it is, and he misses a free throw.
It's bound to happen.
It was bound. You're right. But he's going to get another one because South is in the double bonus. Oh, that one looked like it was going down, and that's going to be
in and out.
Offensive foul. That's going to be Kobe Floyd.
His first foul.
And that's going to be a 1-and-1 now. And number 30 is such a free, is do the free throws. Brennan, I can drive 55 Hagar, 43% on the season. So maybe if there was somebody to foul, that's the guy. And that was the guy.
It's proven to be true. Proven to be true.
He's our jukebox hero. Oh, right idea, just not enough.
Not enough mustard on the sauce.
Farmer picks up his fourth turnover, but Kobe Floyd says, I'll take that right back from you. Long pass to Farmer. Farmer, skip step, dishes off to Waters. Waters gets it in. Gets his first field goal of the game now. South leads by 20, largest lead of the game. Silva being guarded. He gives it off to number 10.
I tell you what, I'm really impressed with the defensive end today.
Number 30 shoots a three, rebounded. Ooh, that's going to be a foul. You can't reach like that.
Yeah, you gotta let that one kind of go, you know, just go straight up.
Yep. They're gonna call that 8 times out of 10 when you're on the side of somebody and you're reaching in and he's turning his body away from you. They're gonna call that.
You just gotta go straight up. Yep. You know, the thing with that too is Kylan's got a lot of length there.
He's like 6'4", right? 6'3".
Just let the arms go up, buddy.
And that's without his arms up. He's got long arms. We're gonna have to get a wingspan. I want a wingspan measurement. We're gonna have to ask Kylan.
Yeah, we're gonna have to ask his dad.
So they make the first free throw.
Made the first one.
Second, front rims it, and it's going to be rebounded by Weinberger. He's got 3 rebounds. He gives it off to Farmer. Farmer picks up his dribble, being double teamed now. Gives it off to Evans. Evans, almost traveled.
Almost in the back.
Farmer rescues him. He's got nobody in front of him. He scoops around up and in.
I tell you what, Farmer's being aggressive to the rim today.
You know, Farmer has not missed a field goal.
He's 100.
Oh, and he steals the ball. Farmer goes up.
And another one.
Keyshawn is he's a man possessed. Grandma and Grandpa
15
Farmer.
points in the first half.
Grandma and Grandpa Farmer in North Carolina are going crazy right now.
Hi, Grandpa.
He is 5 for 5 from the field, 4 for 6 from free throws. He's got 3 steals and 2 rebounds. That's a first hat.
That's nice.
He's kind of working himself to the 11-12 BISN player of the game. I don't know.
Hey.
I'm not going to say anything, Grandma and Grandpa Farmer, but if he gets it and we win, we do get to do an interview with him after the game. So,
all right.
For those of you watching on chat, the score is 37-14. Sorry, our scoreboard is no longer working on our video broadcast, but right now Sal's leading 37-14.
You know, not to, you know, I'm a humble guy. I like to be humble, but it's sure is great. I coached Keyshawn Farmer, Dre McCray, and Fuji Waters since they were 4th graders.
Oh, yeah.
All the way up until they got to high school, and it sure is nice to see them doing good.
Oh, you got to enjoy
I'm proud of them.
See, I was the same when it came to football with Dre because I coached football for Dre, you know. So I totally feel you, Franny.
It's awesome.
And especially when you see him playing the ball you've seen the first 6 games of the season. Ooh, that should be a charge, and it is.
Oh,
Dre McCray.
Now we're playing defense, huh?
Dre McCray picks up the 2nd charge of the game. Now that's player control, so he won't get free throws on that. So it's going to be South ball underneath.
42's got 3 fouls.
I'll tell you what, I think their whole team's got 3 fouls.
They're hacking.
They're going to have to start pulling up JV kids.
The only thing good about that, though, is we're finally making free throws.
That's true. That's true. Last 2 nights, you would have seen me bound my head every time we got fouled. So Weinberg gives it off to Floyd.
It's almost like a hack-a-shack game.
Yep. Floyd to Weinberger, near side to Evans. Evans for the 3, and that's why he doesn't shoot him very often.
That is so true.
Yep.
That is so true.
I think
Come on, you're a big guy. Get down there in the rim.
the only thing that hit was the players on the other side of the basket.
Gave a new meaning to air ball.
He was actually trying to pass it to Dre. That's what we'll say. Should I credit him with the three because it was Dre that was underneath? I think that was a long assist. But otherwise, it's a foul, and that's Dre's second foul. Silva with the free throw, and he misses. South still leads 37-14, 2:27 left in the first half. See, you know what the difference is? I've had my coffee. I haven't had coffee. I'm doing it. I got to move my shirts.
Then he makes the second.
So the second's good. Farmer gets the inbound. Long cross-court pass to Waters, all by himself. Fuji says, thank you very much, Keyshawn. I will put that in the basket.
That'll probably be the easiest buckets he makes all year.
See, I would have missed that.
Too wide open.
Exactly. Farmer with the rebound. That's his third rebound of the game. He's pushing it far side. Steps back, gives it off to Waters. Waters down low to Floyd. Floyd cannot hold on to that.
Shouldn't have ate that popcorn.
Man. At least have it with no butter.
Right?
Man.
10 thumbs. He's got 10 thumbs.
So that's number 32. They're playing up top. Number 10 with the long three. He misses. That's going to be rebounded by Weinberger. Weinberger with 4 rebounds. He gives it off to Farmer. They've got numbers. Evans, just a little too strong, but he's going to get his own rebound.
Good hustle.
So now it's Weinberger, gets it up top. He's going to set the offense. They're going to run a motion. 1:37 left. South leads by 24.
They missed Fuji. Waters wide open on the cut down there.
Boy, Keyshawn did not, for your first miss of the game, that was a miss. So Grandpa Farmer in North Carolina, he was 100%. I should probably knock off another 2% just because of how bad. I'm joking. We're having fun today. You can tell South's doing good when we're able to joke on the broadcast.
You betcha.
I want to give a shout out to all the other listeners, Grandpa DeBryan in Florida, as they are now snowbirds. That's going to be a held ball, and that should be South ball.
Weinberger. I tell you what, South came to play some defense
Boy,
today.
they did.
And I honestly believe if they can play defense the way that they can with their length and their speed, they're going to be tough.
Yep.
But it's going to take them some time to get into it. And watch out.
Learning to play it consistently.
Exactly.
That's what it's got to do.
Exactly.
So South is in what they call their zip offense. This is where the offense, they'll try to eat the clock, but they're also going to try to catch the defense falling asleep, as Farmer almost traveled on that one. Gives it off to Waters. Now Weinberger, near side, gives it off to Evans. Don't shoot that. Thank you. Waters. Boy, he's being guarded really good. He's got some ball handling skills. You can tell he used to be a point guard.
Yeah,
huh?
he can handle the rock. He can handle the rock. I wish he would do it a little bit more. Look at Keyshawn Farmer to the rim.
Possessed. And you know what set that up? He had a little jab step up by the timeline, which created that separation, and there was nobody there. South leads 41-15.
Man, when you're aggressive to the rim, good things happen.
Good things happen. And I'll tell you what, he has got 10, 13. He's got 17
points.
Weinberger is going to knock it out of bounds. Natrona is going to keep possession. And he's going to get a talking to. One thing that the refs do like to keep under control is the amount of talking. Even though they're talking to their teammates, they're saying it loud enough to where the other players can hear it.
I see Philip V. Hill over there on the side, his famous spot.
He's going to be Joe. He's going to go, hey, when do I get to get on?
Hey, come on. He'll probably have a little disco
buzzer at the three. And that's it for the first half. Your South High Bison finally wake up, and they lead the Natrona County Mustangs 41-15 at the half. We're going to take an extended timeout. Be back here for second half action with me and Frondy on 1112 BISN.
All right.
Your Bison Network.
Or will you transform it? Where does it start? Laramie County Community College. It starts here. Life. It has many.
Martinez reward your smart thinking. Call him today at 307-514-5003.
That college degree won't finish itself. Registration is open at Laramie County Community College. Become what you want to be. It starts here. Visit lccc.wy.edu. Laramie County Community College in Cheyenne. It starts here.
It may not require a textbook, but it's filled with valuable lessons. It may not take place in a classroom, but it's an ideal environment for learning. It may not involve a diploma, but it can help prepare Wyoming's young people for life. It's high school sports. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students that participate in high school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think again. Better yet, think about attending a high school sporting event in your community. You'll be amazed by what you see. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Wyoming High School Activities Association and the Wyoming Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
With American National, you get a dedicated agent who can help you make well-informed decisions about protecting your lifestyle. With years of experience in the insurance industry and an outstanding array of products and services for home, auto, and life, you can feel good you're doing what's right for your family. Let Robert Martinez be your insurance ally. Call him today at 307-514-5003.
With American National, when you insure your auto and home and remain claim-free for 3 consecutive years, you can get cash back. Let Robert Martinez reward your smart thinking. Call him today at 307-514-5003.
Get into a career, not just a job. Higher education is a gateway to so many opportunities. Register today at Laramie County Community College. It starts here. Visit lccc.wy.edu. LCCC in Cheyenne.
Worry less about your insurance coverage while adding money back into your wallet with the American National Cashback Reward Program. Insure your auto and home and remain claim-free for 3 consecutive years, and you can get back 25% of your first-year premium. Best of all, your reward continues every year as long as you remain claim-free. Let Robert Martinez reward your smart thinking. Call him today at 307-514-5003.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Wyoming. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Wyoming High School Activities Association and the Wyoming Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
What is your focus? How will you hone it? Will it transform you? Or will you transform it? Where does it start? Laramie County Community College. It starts here. Life, it has many directions. Which way will you go? What will you become? A lawyer, musician, chemist, engineer? Where will you start? Laramie County Community College. It starts here.
It's tough to compete for jobs. Degrees can help. Registration is open at Laramie County Community College. It starts here. Visit lccc.wy.edu. LCCC in Cheyenne and Laramie. It starts here. Get into a career, not just a job. Higher education is the gateway to so many opportunities. Register today at Laramie County Community College. It starts here. Visit lccc.wy.edu. LCCC in Cheyenne. That college degree won't finish itself. Registration is open at Laramie County Community College. Become what you want to be. It starts here. Visit lccc.wy.edu. Laramie County Community College in Cheyenne. It starts here.
It may not require a textbook, but it's filled with valuable lessons. It may not take place in a classroom, but it's an ideal environment for learning. It may not involve a diploma, but it can help prepare Wyoming's young people for life. It's high school sports. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students that participate in high school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think again. Better yet, think about attending a high school sporting event in your community. You'll be amazed by what you see. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Wyoming High School Activities Association and the Wyoming Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
With American National, you get a dedicated agent who can help you make well-informed decisions about protecting your lifestyle. With years of experience in the insurance industry and an outstanding array of products and services for home, auto, and life, you can feel good you're doing what's right for your family. Let Robert Martinez be your insurance ally. Call him today at 307-514-5003.
With American National, when you insure your auto and home and remain claim-free for 3 consecutive years, you can get cash back. Let Robert Martinez reward your smart thinking. Call him today at 307-514-5003.
Get into a career, not just a job. Higher education is the gateway to so many opportunities. Register today at Laramie County Community College. It starts here. Visit lccc.wy.edu. LCCC in Cheyenne.
Worry less about your insurance coverage while adding money back into your wallet with the American National Cashback Reward Program. Insure your auto and home and remain claim-free for 3 consecutive years, and you can get back 25% of your first year premium. Best of all, your reward continues every year as long as you remain claim-free. Let Robert Martinez reward your smart thinking. Call him today at 307-514-5003.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Wyoming. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Wyoming High School Activities Association and the Wyoming Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
What is your focus? How will you hone it? Will it transform you? Or will you transform it? Where does it start? Laramie County Community College. It starts here. Life, it has many directions. Which way will you go? What will you become? A lawyer, musician, chemist, engineer? Where will you start? Laramie County Community College. It starts here.
It's tough to compete for jobs. Degrees can help. Registration is open at Laramie County Community College. It starts here. Visit lccc.wy.edu. LCCC in Cheyenne and Laramie. It starts here. It's tough to compete for jobs. Degrees can help. Registration is open at Laramie County Community College. It starts here. Visit lccc.wy.edu. LCCC in Cheyenne and Laramie. It starts here. That college degree won't finish itself. Registration is open at Laramie County Community College. Become what you want to be. It starts here. Visit lccc.wy.edu. Laramie County Community College in Cheyenne. It starts here.
It may not require a textbook, but it's filled with valuable lessons. It may not take place in a classroom, but it's an ideal environment for learning. It may not involve a diploma, but it can help prepare Wyoming's young people for life. It's high school sports. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students that participate in high school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think again. Better yet, think about attending a high school sporting event in your community.
Okay, as much as I really like the WHSA commercials, and they are great, don't get me wrong, because they let us use them, their public service announcements, sometimes they're a little long. We're back here for second half action. Your South High Bison lead 41-15. Now South will be going from left to right on your computer screen. Natrona right to left. Natrona has the ball, and they are passing the ball far side.
Beasley almost with the steal.
Boy, Beasley deflected that really great. You know, people don't realize those deflections, that gets into your opponent's head sometimes. It might make him do a bad pass thinking because of what you did.
Well, they get to thinking about it.
Yep.
They get to thinking. And I think sometimes, you know, Beasley's speed sometimes is overwhelming.
Yeah.
You know, and it catches some kids off guard. They don't realize he's that quick, and he gets there, he recovers so just like that. out of the sky. Just came from the whole other side of the
Did you
court.
see a cape? I saw a cape. I don't know.
I just saw the back of his shoe.
Okay. Is there a phone booth around here somewhere? Because I just saw a man with a cape out there fly.
Exactly what I was just saying.
He said, "Not today. It's playoff Saturday here."
Right. Not today. Not in our house.
Well, that block was so good that it forced Natrona to take a timeout. So next week wraps up the non-conference part of our schedule. Green River will be in town Friday night, followed by Rock Springs. That right there, that Saturday game against Rock Springs, will be a very true test to see how far our South High Bison have come along in this non-conference. Because in my opinion, when the next week's polls come out, Rock Springs will be in the number 2 spot since Central lost 2 games. I can see that happening. Gillette, they'll always be top 5. They could be 0-18 and still be top 5.
I tell you what, that point guard they got down there in Gillette is
Lackey.
He is
scored 40 something points this year in the game. Yeah.
He is tough.
One thing Gillette always brings though is they bring 18 kids on their roster that can shoot 70% from threes. So
right.
But Bubba Lackey out there has a great program. He's keeping the tradition up with Gillette. But the question is how they're going to do it next year when they have 2 schools.
Well, it's going to be a tough for them. But you know, like you said, they got a good program and it's been going strong for years. And I don't see them falling off much.
So we had one question answered for us in the first half. When Beasley picked up his second foul and he went to the bench, South has scored 18 points since then. So, but now Mark just picked up his third foul, and that's going to be out of bounds, South ball. But I think coach is going to let him stay out there.
Well, you know, that's the part of being a young player. You got to learn to play through these situations, you know. And
I think sometimes his speed gets him into those situations where he gets a little over-aggressive. And, you know, knowing the fact that he can guard anyone on there, that kind of makes your head get a little bit swelled too.
And I think, you know, he relies a little bit too much on his jumping and his speed, you know, where he has, like I said earlier in the broadcast, you know, I wish he would stay grounded more than jumping up sometimes. Because sometimes you don't need to jump. Sometimes he could just play geef because he's quick enough to recover
and
to where he don't have to jump every time. I think when he jumps, he gets in, you know, he gets caught in the air.
Yep.
And, you know, he lands on people.
And especially if they do a pump fake, because then 99% of the time you're going to get called for a foul. So.
Exactly.
So South almost turns the ball over. Keyshawn saves it, gives it off to McCray. Now McCray, far side elbow, gives it off to Waters. Waters gets by his defender, kicks it off to McCray. Baseline, kicks it back out to Waters. Waters resets it, takes over. He goes far side now. Gives it off to Evans. Evans right in front of us. Down low to Farmer. Farmer near side baseline. Back up to Evans wing. Not a good pass, but Farmer saves it, but he's going to be bailed out by a foul.
Ooh.
Boy, I tell you what.
Yeah, you can't pass it into 2 people.
Nah, especially when the 2 people have about 6 inches on the guy you're passing it to.
And they got the wrong color jersey.
We got bailed out as number 42 picks up his 4th foul. That number 42 is Thomas Robitaille. Oh, Beasley just missed a bunny.
Off the inbound pass. Yep. Nice pass.
Well, that's number 25 from the top of the key for the 3. He misses. It's going to be rebounded by Natrona, though, and he throws it right to the cop on the sideline. Fortunately, he's not a player. Boy, they passed it to cheerleaders and police. So South will get the ball. Fuji's going to inbound to McCray. McCray with the ball. Backcourt, slowly bringing it up. He's going to come near side. He's going to be met by Silva. Tries to get by him. Silva with good defense. He gets to the top. Oh. He now dishes it out to Farmer. Farmer beats his guy, and he slips.
Oh, he slips. Yeah.
Turnover
Surprised
south.
they didn't call that a
unfortunately.
travel.
But Beasley deflects
Beasley,
it,
so quick.
and he
back.
steals it.
So quick.
Oh, that speed is
Just,
amazing.
it's just crippling. You know, Natrona thought they was on a fast break, wide open, and
Yep.
out of the blue, here comes Superman.
McCray, nice spin move. He's going to get fouled, and they're going to give him 2 shots.
And there we go.
So a little story about Beasley. The year after Kyler graduated, he was always playing with Kyler at Holiday Park.
Uh-huh.
And Kyler kept telling me, man, you got to watch for this kid named Mark Beasley. You got to watch for him. And so this year, when I heard the name, I was like, hey, that name sounds familiar. So I asked Kyler about it. He goes, yeah, that kid can ball. And I'll tell you what, he's balling as McCray missed the first free throw.
He's playing. He's getting better, especially for a kid that just really barely started playing when he got to 6th grade. And
so he's just,
really hasn't really played. And then he's played on a couple of teams, but he really hasn't developed. So once he starts developing and getting better, watch out. Once he starts to learn how to use his tools.
And gets that, even at the varsity experience is huge.
Exactly.
So next year, he's going to be a major factor for the Bison. Farmer deflects it. Ooh, and they both go down. Keyshawn's all right, though. That's not a backcourt because it was deflected, but that's a backcourt.
It's a backcourt now. Good defense by Fuji Waters.
Well, that Fuji Waters, he must get that defense from his dad. I don't know.
Hey, I preach defense. If you ain't playing defense, you ain't playing for me.
There you go, man. Fuji's going to inbound in the front court, just right in front of us. He gives it off to McCray in the backcourt. McCray waiting for the play call, gets it, gets into the front court, being guarded by number 11, Jet George. That is probably the second coolest name next to Coy Steele. And that's a turnover, Keyshawn.
This is where
Fuji.
the test is for South. You know, we got a little bit of a lead, just like we had against Riverton. And now it's are we going to start getting relaxed and being comfortable?
Yeah, Fuji's going to be called for riding them all the way down. Can't put your hands on the back.
That's his second.
That's his second. 30-second timeout. That's a good timeout by Coach because their last 3 offensive possessions started to look a little sloppy. So.
Exactly what I was saying. Like, you know, we got a little bit of a lead. Can't get comfortable.
Yep.
You still got the game's not over yet.
No, it's not.
So until the whistle blows, you keep that pedal on the gas.
Exactly.
Until it's like the last minute.
You're up 42-15 right now. Here's the amazing thing. Natrona scored 12 points in the first quarter. They've scored 3 points in a quarter and a half since then. So we literally scored. We gave them 3. We only let them score 3 points in the second quarter. We're almost halfway through the third. They still haven't scored. That's good, solid defense. That's
what you call a drought.
Well, I'll tell you what. Yeah, that's just a little bit of a drought. It has been dry around here lately in the summers, you know. So
yeah.
So Natrona's going to inbound underneath South's basket though, and number 5 gets the ball. That is Ben Akers. Ben gives it off to number 20. 20 to number 11. George gives it off near side to Silva. Silva fakes it, gives it out to George. George back to Silva, near side. No, that's not Silva. That's Harshman.
South showing a little bit of a zone here.
Yep. Why not? You don't want them to start getting hot around the perimeter, though. That's the only thing. Sometimes they're a little bit – that's what killed them in their zone the last 2 nights. Slow rotations, and they got killed with threes.
Sucked into the paint.
Ooh, Harshman almost traveled on that one.
Good steal. Oh, almost with the steal.
He's going to get credit with the deflection, though. Quit messing with that. Cord.
Fuji with the rebound. Keyshawn Farmer on the break.
And he's going to be fouled. So that's going to be his first foul. Number 11 is Jet George.
Jet George.
Look at that.
Benny and the Jet.
All
right. That's a cool name.
That is cool. Oh, they get Caleb Phillips. Oh, he lost the handle. That was a wide open layup, but Phillips gives it back off to Farmer. Phillips, one of those other sophomores, picks up his dribble, gives it off to Weinberger now. Weinberger, far side elbow. Sorry, wing. He gives it off to Floyd, top of the key, being guarded by Harshman. Floyd Gives it off to Farmer now. Farmer's going to reset the offense. He's being guarded by number 25. What's his name? Harbaugh. Oh, he puts up the shot. That's going to be blocked. That's going to go out of bounds, though. Tylen Page going to be credited with the offensive rebound.
Wow, he just threw that in, and it so happened to hit a Natrona player.
Boy,
rolled right off his leg.
That's hustle. Boy, Tylen Page, he might not have the numbers right now that Keyshawn has, but he has just been a force when he's been on the floor.
He's been impact.
He's been an impact player. There you go.
And that's what you want from your bench is a little impact. Anything that you can get from your bench is a plus.
Exactly. As Farmer goes far side baseline, he puts up a short little runner and he misses. And that's Natrona trying to play South's game, and that usually doesn't work. And that's going to be number 2, Phillips, with the rebound. That's the one thing that's killed Natrona is they are playing the game that South wants you to play, up and down the floor. And that's going to be a foul as he's taken down by 2 Natrona County Mustangs.
And stamped on.
Phillips gets up all right, though. 31's going to get called for that. That's his 4th. That's Tyler Fink.
They're racking up the – that's his 4th.
Yeah.
They're racking up the fouls.
Here's what I don't understand is the foul happened in front of us, but the ball's being inbounded far side.
Yeah. A little communication.
Yeah.
Hey, it happens.
Phillips picks up his dribble, gives it off to Page. Now Page, far side. He picks up his dribble, and now he gives it back up. We got 3 sophomores out there. Kobe Floyd now with the ball near side baseline.
You know, in a lead like this, you kind of want to try to get them in and get a little, because they're going to be the ones carrying the team next year.
Yep.
So you want to try to get them in, get a little time, as long as we can keep it at a good pace
At a good pace, yep. Well, that turnover that Phillips just had led to 2 points, 42-17, as that's the first points of the half for Natrona, and we've got 2 minutes left in the third quarter.
Who made that there?
That was somebody. I don't know. 30 made that as Weinberger misses the 3. Yeah, so 30 made that shot. And now
all right,
25 with the ball in the front court being guarded by Page. He gives it off, and here comes a 3 from the hip, and he misses, rebounded by Phillips. Farmer to Floyd. Floyd. Oh, he traveled.
Well, that's where the inexperience comes in, but you know that he'll learn from that. He'll learn from that.
Yep, he stuttered. He doesn't think he did, but
yeah, he stuttered.
Yeah,
he was walking. He was walking.
He was walking.
He got a little push there, but he walked first.
And that's going to be another one that's going to be vital to South next year, as he's only a junior, but he's 6'4". And if he doesn't cut his hair, he's actually 6'7". Long 3, and that's it.
Downtown.
Number 30 puts up the 3-pointer. Now they're 42-20, 5-0 run by Natrona. South leads by 22. They cannot get comfortable.
That's it. As I said before, the game's not over. You got to keep the gas on the pedal.
1 minute.
Pedal on the gas.
1 minute left in the third. This has been a fast-moving third quarter. McCray to Evans. Evans. Oh, he misses, but Beasley with the tip. He misses.
Oh, you got to be able to make those bunnies. The bunnies.
Ooh.
Oh!
Who's that on? Is that Jaden?
43 maybe? I don't know.
Jaden Evans picks up his second foul.
Oh.
That's going to send Silva to the free throw line. Silva on the season. Coming into this tournament, I have no idea what he shot free throw wise because, he was 0%. So that was just coming into the tournament. Well, he made that.
He was
Ben Akers and Matthew Christopherson. They got Akers, Hagar. Ben Akers is the place to be.
Benny and Jeff.
Yep. So now McCray with the ball gets into the front court right
Silva
in front of us.
is now 3 for 4 in free throws.
Sal's going to try to hold for the last shot. Farmer drives near side. He's got a wide open lane. Kicks it off to Beasley. Beasley finishes strong.
I sure would love to see Beasley throw that down.
He had to. He had it. I think he's just being safe.
Yeah.
But
Take
you know
the
what?
points. Get the points.
There ain't nothing like a jam.
Right? Bring the crowd to their feet.
Yep. 44-22 is your score. 18 seconds left in the third quarter. South holding on to a 22-point lead. Nice little runner, missed, rebounded by Fuji. Fuji kicks it off to Beasley, to McCray. McCray from half court. Oh! And he misses, and we're going to head into the final stanza. Your South High Bison lead 44-22. Stay tuned for fourth quarter action on the Bison. 11-12 BISN.
We scored 3 points in that quarter.
Exactly. Your Bison network.
With American National, you get a dedicated agent who can help you make well-informed decisions about protecting your lifestyle. With years of experience in the insurance industry and an outstanding array of products and services for home, auto, and life, you can feel good you're doing what's right for your family. Let Robert Martinez be your insurance ally. Call him today at 307-514-5003.
With American National, when you insure your auto and home and remain claim-free for 3 consecutive years, you can get cash back. Let Robert Martinez reward your smart thinking. Call him today at 307-514-5003.
Get into a career, not just a job. Higher education is the gateway to so many opportunities. Register today at Laramie County Community College. It starts here. Visit lccc.wy.edu. LCCC in Cheyenne.
Worry less about your insurance coverage while adding money back in your wallet.
And here we are, fourth quarter action. Your South High Bison scored 41 points in the first half, held to 3 points in the third quarter. Thankfully, we held Natrona to 7.
You know, we got to, till the game is over, we always got to keep that mindset of being aggressive. And, we can't get into the point to where we're just holding the ball and trying to milk the clock. You run into mistakes and simple things start happening. Then you start playing sloppy. Fundamentals get lost.
You can get hurt, too.
Exactly.
But Fuji, he went up for that shot. He gets fouled, so he's going to go to the free throw line for 2. Oh, just not enough leg on that one.
Got to use those legs.
Yep. Fuji on the night has 7 points. 6 points. Sorry, 6 points.
6.
I'm foreseeing this made, though. That's what it is. I see it. Oh.
Where's that crystal ball at?
What I tell you. There you go.
Right.
I was going to feel bad if he missed it. I was going to take that. Natrona quickly into the front court. They get it off. They're swinging it around the perimeter. They're looking. Number 5 dishes it down low to Harsh. Is that Harshman? Nope, that's number 25, Christopherson. He misses, and that's going to be rebounded by McCray. McCray, they got the numbers to Fuji, and that's going to go out of bounds. Oh, I thought it went off that other guy. I
thought he hit the Natrona guy too, but he was kind of blocked there, so he couldn't see it.
Turnovers are starting to pile up. Is now Silva with the ball.
In this fourth quarter, this is what I want to see from South. I want to see them finish strong and close out this fourth quarter like they started the first quarter. I want to see them close out.
I truly won't be satisfied unless we win by 30. That's my opinion.
And they can do it.
Yep. Turnaround's jumper misses, and that's going to be rebounded by Fuji. Fuji gives it off to McCray. McCray, far side to Evans. Evans had to save that. Gives it back off to Waters now. Waters to McCray.
See, this is where I think we run in a little bit of trouble.
It takes the steam out.
Yeah.
But then sometimes we do catch the defensive sleeping.
Exactly. You look for that little back cut.
Or that little foul right there, and that was their foul to give. So the next foul by Natrona will be shooting free throws the rest of the game. Number 31.
I think he fouled out.
He fouled out.
Oh.
Tyler Fink, the senior.
Fouls out with 3 points in the game.
Ooh. So Beasley's going to get a breather as well. So on the floor for your Bison, I'm being straight lined right now. It looks like Fuji Waters, Dre McCray, Keyshawn, Tylen Page, and Jaden Evans. So that's Dre McCray in the backcourt being guarded by number 5, Akers. Well, he's not favoring that leg today. Farmer right in front of us being guarded by number 30, Hagar. That's just an awesome name. Hagar, I'm sorry. Natrona fans, you guys have some cool names on your players, man.
That's a cool name. It is.
They've got Jet George and Hagar. Keyshawn with a nice move, dishes it off to Page. Page saves it. He misses the shot, misses the putback.
Page got a little blocked on that. Oh, Jaden throws it away. Natrona's on the run. The easy layup. You know, we haven't heard from Harbaugh in a while.
Boy, we haven't. You know, I don't think we've actually heard from many of the Natrona players for a while.
Exactly.
Not to be mean, but you know what? Our lead's down to 21 points now, 45-24. Ooh.
That was almost a travel there by Keyshawn.
Yeah, I was worried about his ankle. Did you see how he landed, though? And that's going to be turned over by Fuji, and that's going to be Natrona quickly pushing the pace. That's going to be they're going to call a block. Yeah,
Block
he wasn't
on
set.
Keyshawn Farmer. Yeah, he wasn't set.
That's going to be his first foul, if I'm right. Yep. Timeout South. This is a good timeout because South is now kind of hit that shell.
That's where I say, when, you got the lead. And I understand you kind of want to, but you got to, sometimes when you slow it down like that, you kind of get into you take them out of their element of what they really do.
Exactly.
They're used to running.
Yeah.
Run and gun, get out there and running. And when you slow them down, it kind of makes them have to think.
Yep,
and not to say that they can't
does.
think, but, it kind of stresses them a little bit because then they're thinking and it's more robotic.
And exactly. And the whole thing is, you said it, they like to run.
Yeah.
Schaefer, since he's been at South, because we've always been the undersized team, has put in a transition offense, which means push. I don't care if you're up by 20. You
Push
can't
the ball.
You can't lay off the gas until there's 10 seconds left in the game.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. That's just me.
That's me too. Till the lady sings, right?
Exactly.
The game isn't over. So we push it, and that just keeps you going and keeps you in the rhythm.
And you know what? Natrona has shown they can play. They beat the number 2 ranked team in the state 2 nights ago. Yeah, they lost to East by 9 points. So they show they can play.
They got the ability to play. But we don't, and even though we are, and there's 5 minutes left in the game, but we still, for ourselves, we still need to build that confidence for ourselves. So keep it going.
Build that confidence, but more importantly, keep that momentum going.
Exactly.
Because Green River, they're a better team than what they were the last 18 years.
Yeah.
Then you got Rock Springs, who's been good the last 3 years. So, and they're coming into town next week. So the score is 45-24. Second free throw is up, and he hits the second one. So Waters going to inbound, gives it off to Weinberger now. Weinberger, full court, presses on. Man, they clear. Weinberger gets into the front court. Here comes the trap at half. He easily breaks the trap, but he picks up his dribble. He's got nowhere to go. Gives it off to Tylen Page, far side. Page picks up his dribble. They're picking up their dribbles too early.
I don't know. I don't understand that. There's another turnover.
Yep. Evans with another turnover.
Another turnover and the foul.
And the foul. And he's going to pick up his third foul.
That's the double whammy.
Yeah. So that was our foul to give, if I'm right. No, that's only our 5th foul.
So double whammy.
We have 1 foul to give, and there is nobody in the middle of the lane. Thankfully, we crashed down. But number 10 puts up a 3. He airmails it, and they get the delivery themselves. They give it back to Harshman, who loses the ball, tipped by Waters. That's going to be a held ball.
I thought he traveled there. He wasn't even – he turned the whole 360 before they called that.
Yep. Well, I thought Waters had that still underneath.
I did too.
Oh, that's a 2. And he hits. Now the score is 45-27. Page with the ball, far side, gets it to the front court to Waters. Waters had the right idea, but unfortunately didn't see the Natrona player right there. Turnover South.
Another easy basket.
Boy, we are not. Farmer.
When we go to that slow up game, that kills us.
47-29. South finally
I tell you
scores.
what, you're going to be all. Yeah, I skipped a couple of quarters here.
That's all right. That's all right. That's no problem. South's lead 18 points. The largest lead of the game was 24. And now Natrona's cutting it. They're finding holes in the defense now. Number 30 with the 3. He puts it up. He misses. And we cannot rebound the ball if our high school diploma is dependent on it. And there's a foul by Tylen.
I tell you what, see, when you slow the game down, it takes us out of our sorts.
Yep.
And since we started slowing the game down,
Natrona's
we've had
been running
nothing but turnovers.
We've scored 6 points in the second half. Natrona has scored 14 points. our lead's down to 17. And I know a lot of you fans out there are going, well, that's a lot with 4:01 left. The score's 47-30. But literally just a minute and a half ago, it was like 22. So.
Exactly. But we started slowing the ball down.
Yep.
We let, and you give up a couple of easy baskets. You give up some turnovers, and the other team starts getting their momentum.
So he airmailed that second free throw. And on the floor now for the Bison is Farmer, Weinberger, Waters, Floyd, and Beasley. Got to get the ball in. That's going to be tipped out of bounds. Going to stay south. It's going to be just on the other side now.
Somebody got to want to get the ball there.
Yep. I'd run the touchdown play. The special. That's what it's called, special. There it is. Oh, no, the defender stayed with him. Yep.
Yeah.
Farmer now with the ball. He's going to be trapped. That's not a cross court. He did not establish 3 points. So,
I have no idea why we're picking up our dribble.
Farmer now. That's going to be a reach, and that's going to send Farmer to the free throw line for a 1-1. Yep.
You don't pick your dribble up.
So the question about that, was that a backcourt or not? No, it wasn't. For all you Natrona fans that are behind me screaming, he did not have 3 points in the front court. The 3 points are both feet and the ball. So as long as all 3 points are not there, then that's not a backcourt violation.
And
Beasley with the rebound, but he gets fouled on the putback, so he'll go to the free throw line now. I have Keyshawn 4 for 7 from the free throw line. Beasley going to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. He's 1 for 2. South leads 47-30.
And you are correct.
Whew. I was getting nervous there. You got quiet. I got nervous. Beasley hits the first.
Knocks down the first one.
Boy, that was a straight free throw shot too. There was no air. There was no room for air. I'll tell you, if there was a little bit of thread sticking up from the net, he would have missed that. And he gets the second.
Knocks him down.
He must have heard me because that one had a little bit more air on it.
Little arc on that one.
Boy, they get the ball ahead. Floyd on defense. He blocks it. He says, "Not today." Farmer now gives it off to Weinberger, who drives down to Beasley. Beasley, oh, he gets the basket.
Move.
I thought he was throwing that down.
Oh, that was a strong move.
South
strong move by Beasley.
Yep. Puts him back up 21 now. 4-0 run for South. 51-30 is your score. For those of you listening, there is a chat feature on the right side of your media player. If you're listening on your computer, make sure you chat with us. There's only 3 minutes left to hear us until next Friday. And that's going to be Keyshawn with the steal. Oh, my goodness. That was so beautiful, I couldn't even say anything.
I like to say I taught him that.
And that's a trap. I got to buy me a new.
We're going to have to get a new court here.
Yeah, I've had that court since day one. It's time to get a new one.
Well, they hung in there. They did a job for a while.
So I'm going to check the chats to see if anybody's chatting with us. So far, Grandma Farmer listening in North Carolina. The score is 53-30. Any other Bison fans out there listening and you're a student here, count the basket. Keyshawn is feeling it.
He is on fire today.
He's going to go to the free throw line for the old-fashioned and one. Hey, guys, we need more people in indoor track. You know, if you're a soccer player, a lot of soccer players, you know, this is a good way to get into your stride, you know, get your lungs built up for the soccer season. Make sure you join indoor track Monday through Friday from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. It's the shortest athletic event of the season as it only runs for 5 meets. So why not join? Caleb Phillips had to check in for the Bison as well. I think he's in for the shooter. And he front rims it. Keyshawn doesn't want to come out. I think he missed out on purpose. Beasley is just a monster, even though he didn't get the block.
Ready is that the rim.
Weinberger being hounded, gives it off to Tylen Page. Page takes it in himself. He's going to throw it up. That's going to be a block, and he's going to the free throw line for 2.
That's some body slamming on the ground, huh?
Keyshawn Farmer with 23 points. Wow.
Man possessed today.
He is feeling it. He's got 23 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 steals.
We've been missing that for the last couple of games, is him attacking the rim.
Page's first free throw is up and in. That one's a straight line, too.
Legs are getting a little tired.
That must be it. See, if that was me shooting, I'd hit the bottom of the net.
Me too.
Page's second free throw. Boy, he
good.
does. That's a good-looking basketball player right there. He's going to have a great future at South.
You betcha.
He's got 9 points. Short runner for Natrona's up and in. South leads 57-34. 2 minutes left in this ball game. South leads by 23. Weinberger gets into the front court.
That's a reach there.
That should have been a reach. Beasley gets it. He gives it off to Floyd, but it's tipped, and that's going to be South ball. I've had half of a pretzel just sitting right in front of me since the start of the third quarter, and I'm going to start smelling it.
You run out of cheese?
Oh, it just smells so good. Nah, I didn't want to. The cheese looked kind of chunky when I saw. I was like, nah, I'll take no cheese.
Yesterday's cheese.
Yeah. So Weinberger gets the ball. Phillips finally able to check in. He gives it off to Page, who's right in front of us. Page tacks, picks up his dribble, gives it off to Weinberger. Now Weinberger, he sees a hole, gives it off to Floyd. Floyd near side baseline, back to Weinberger, wing, gives it off to Phillips, far side. 1:20 left. You know what? The ball game's in your hands. Make Natrona play the defense now.
Exactly.
This is now, when you got this big of a lead, I could see why you would slow it down about right
With
here.
a minute, yeah.
Yeah.
But not when it's
the start of the third quarter.
Exactly.
So Page, he attacks, gives it out to Floyd. Back to Phillips now. And I'd say it's pretty safe to say that Mr. Keyshawn Farmer's our 11-12 BISN player of the game, would you?
You betcha.
Oh, Weinberger missed that.
Oh, got bodies hitting the floor.
I think that's going to be on Beasley, isn't it? And we'll finally have our first player and coach interview. Ooh, that's on Floyd. So we'll interview Coach Schaefer right after the game, and we'll also get Keyshawn, who's our 11-12 BISN player of the game.
Woo. Strong game. We needed a strong game for him and from the team as well. We needed to finish this tournament strong.
Boy, we did, man. This is going to get that nasty taste out of their mouth.
Exactly, because yesterday was brutal.
Yeah. Oh, boy, yeah. That's all I can really say on that one. First free throws up and in. 55.1 seconds left. I want to thank all the viewers for watching us this past weekend. I want to apologize. We were not able to get the girls' game due to a bunch of schedule changes, referee duties and stuff. We were unable to make it as Natrona makes the second free throw. Page going to inbound, gives it off to Weinberger. Weinberger gives it off to a streaking Beasley.
Come on, Beasley. Oh! I've been waiting on that.
Oh!
Throw it down, big man. Throw it down.
That is what we've been waiting for.
Oh, but you got to get back on D.
Yep. Too much celebrating. And that turnover is going to be credited to Weinberger as Mark Beasley ends his game with an emphatic
exclamation point.
Boy, he just threw that down. And he even stopped.
Yeah.
That was a jump stop.
I like
throw
that.
Down,
That's what I'm talking. See, the crowd gets excited, gives us some momentum, makes him feel good about himself.
Boy, I'll tell you what.
And
you can see him.
Got 13 points for the game.
He on the other side, he is just feeling it. Here comes Weinberger to Beasley. Beasley wants another one.
Oh,
no shot.
360 doofy-doo, almost made it.
He's going to go to the free throw line, though. He's feeling it. He's in a good mood. I think he's going to have a good weekend now.
Well, when you win and you're feeling good and good things are going, you got to have a smile. Look at that cheese on his face.
Boy, he dipped that donut in the coffee, and he wants some more. That's what it was, man. And he hits it.
Strong game from Beasley today.
A huge game. I got him for 3 steals, 2 blocks, and 15 points now.
Huge. like I was saying, if South plays like this, we got, as you said, they got so many guys that can score.
Yep.
And if we can get a couple of guys to get in double figures, they're going to be tough to guard.
Oh, yeah. And that's the whole thing is they've got to remember what this feeling's like.
Exactly.
Because after next weekend, you open up against Sheridan and Gillette here at home. Remember this feeling.
Tough. It gets harder.
Exactly. And even though Sheridan's not the team they had, the last 2 years they've been struggling, especially this year, they're not the same team. It's still a conference opponent.
Exactly.
They always play better against conference opponents.
Hey, it's a conference game,
Yep.
Those are always games. If you can't get up for your game, conference game, what you going to get up for?
Exactly. You're playing for one of the automatic bids.
Right.
There is nothing like getting an automatic bid to state. South has not had that. You finish in one of the top 2 slots in your conference, you not only get the first round bye at the tournament, but you get an automatic bid to state. How great would that be, knowing you get an automatic bid?
That would be awesome.
That's what you're playing for right there.
Be awesome.
12 seconds left, 61-40. You still got to be careful. There's a lot of time left in this game.
Turnover by Caleb.
Number 30, he puts
30's
one up and
coming
in.
on.
Boy, he wants some
Garbage
points.
time.
He knows these stats go to Wild Preps. And that's it. Your
That's
South
it.
High Bison walk away with this one, 61-42. We're going to take a quick timeout, come back here and talk to Coach Schaefer and Keyshawn Farmer on 1112 BISN.
All right.
With the American National Cashback Reward Program. Insure your auto and home and remain claim-free for 3 consecutive years, and you can get back 25% of your first year premium. Best of all, your reward continues every year as long as you remain claim-free. Let Robert Martinez reward. Call him today at 307-514-5003.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Wyoming. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Wyoming High School.
Hey, this is Alan, 1112 BISN. Got head basketball coach Jim Schaefer. Coach, what a great way to wash that nasty, the nasty 2 days we've had the last few. What did you tell your team to be able to get them to come out fired up and play the way they did today?
Mostly we just talked about being basketball players and being strong with the basketball and making plays as a basketball player. So I thought we came out, that first half was really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're up 26 at half, and I think human nature takes over a little bit, and you kind of play the score, which I wish we hadn't. But, it was a great first half, and if we'll go play like that all the time, we've got a chance to be really good.
Your defense held Natrona over a 7-minute span to just 3 points. Was it just the matchups you had set up for them? I mean, what do you think credited that to be able to hold Natrona, a pretty good offensive team, to just 3 points over a 7-minute period?
Well, I thought the biggest thing is we were a lot more committed to guarding people today. Mark did a phenomenal job on 25, who's their leading scorer and pretty good player, and he had 20-some against Central on Thursday, and I thought Mark did a really good job defending him, and he was frustrated as heck. And it helped when we got him in foul trouble, and he was on the bench most of the second quarter. We made a big run with him out. But I just thought we were much more committed to actually guarding people and rebounding the basketball. And it's not rocket science for us. The formula to be successful is if we defend and rebound, then we can get out and run the floor, and we're pretty good in transition. So. But you don't get transition baskets unless you do the first 2 things. You have to defend and you have to rebound. And I thought we did a much better job of that tonight. And if we will stay committed to that and work hard defensively and play like we did the first half, we've got a chance to be pretty good.
Last question before you go to talk to your team, Coach. Next week ends the non-conference portion of your schedule. What do you want to build off of this game as you head into those games against Green River and Rock Springs next week?
Well, we've talked all along that we're a work in progress. We're fairly young. We're playing 4 sophomores. We're inexperienced. Keyshawn and Dre are the only kids we've got back with much experience. And we've said all along, we're athletic, and our ceiling is pretty high, I think. If we'll be coachable and we'll get in the gym every day and work hard at getting better. So that's our biggest thing, is just keep continuing to get better, keep continuing to improve, and hopefully we come close to reaching that ceiling, because I think we have athletes and the ability to be pretty good if we'll, continue to work hard and improve.
You're not going to change any times on us next week, are you, Coach?
I hope not. That was, I didn't know half the time what we were doing, so I hope not.
Well, that's head basketball coach Jim Schaefer. Now we're going to speak with our 11-12. Let's get him on here first. Our 11-12 BISN player of the game. I think this is the 4th time he's won it this year. Mr. Keyshawn Farmer. Keyshawn, first of all, great game, 23 points. What did you and your team really focus on today to try to get your offensive swagger back?
Coach Schaefer just preached defense, rebound, focus up. That's what we had to do. Come out and get a win.
You guys looked really focused today. You were really attacking the basket, not just in transition, but we also noticed in the half court, you guys weren't waiting for something to open. You made things happen. Did you make that a mental point in your head today to say, I'm going to attack the basket? Because the way you attack the basket today, we haven't seen all year. How do you change your focus to do that so easily?
Well, Coach Schaefer just preaches it all the time. Attack the basket. Don't stay back. Don't let them pressure you. Mm-hmm. Don't get scared. Keep attacking.
So I got to ask you, you've got kind of this Euro step, hop step down. How did you learn that, man?
I don't know. I just really used it all the time in 5th and 6th grade with Cheyenne Heat, Colorado Fire League. I used it all the time.
So I did ask Coach Schaefer this. I'm going to ask you the same question. Next week ends your non-conference portion of your schedule before the tough opening schedule with Sheridan and Gillette. What do you want this team to improve on for next week as you get ready for conference?
We definitely have to work on defense more, rebounding, and hustle. We got to focus up still, too.
There's a certain person in Fayetteville, North Carolina listening. Do you want to say hey to him?
Yeah, hey, Grandma.
That's Keyshawn Farmer, our 11-12 BISN player of the game. Finished with 23 points. Let me tell you, 23 points, 4 steals, 3 assists, 3 rebounds. Keyshawn, congratulations, and we'll see you next Friday. Frondy.
All right.
Well, I'll tell you what. Usually our guests don't do as well as you did. That was some smoking commentary. We appreciate the help.
Thank you. I appreciate you asking me and let me be a part of this. It was an honor. You're awesome. Yep. It was just awesome. Well, that's all I can say. It was awesome. I got a chance to talk about some of the boys I coached. What are you doing tomorrow?
Well, you're more than welcome.
Awesome.
You're more than welcome to join. Like I said, I think I'll be making the Gillette Sheridan trip. So if you make it, and I know Mr. McDonald won't make it, but if he doesn't make it, you're more than welcome to join me up in the Crow's Nest.
I will join you. If you need me, I will join you because I really enjoyed it. I like watching the game and chopping it up with you. And
there you go.
Supporting our Bison.
Shoo, there you go. Well,
everybody out there, thank you guys for listening and stay tuned.
So that's going to wrap it up for the Taco John's invite at 11-12 BISN. For Steve McDonald and Frondy Waters, this is Alan Cummings signing off until next Friday. You're listening to the Bison. 11-12 BISN, your Bison Network.